Chapter 8, It's Different. She discovered that everyone in the Chow family still called her Chow Rua. What did this mean? What a coincidence, you guys also came here to buy things? Little Ai Chow Xian shook her arm, but hearing her call Chow Rua, her eyes couldn't help but darken. Chow Xian didn't understand why her grandfather wanted everyone to call Chow Rua, Rua Rua. Little Ai didn't mean that. Ai? The Chow family's descendant, could this be the second uncle's daughter? It seemed like she still had to go back to look at the information, otherwise tonight she would be exposed. However, Chow Xian was indeed Ji Jingyao's daughter. On the contrary, she was really exactly the same as in her memory, always showing a bullied look. What do you think you and I think she means? Du Rua curled her lips, smiling and not smiling as she asked back. Chow Xian choked. How could she answer? Why did this Du Rua always not follow her calculations? Chow Ai originally saw Du Rua coldly looking at her, couldn't help but shrink back a little, but still mustered up the courage to glare back. Based on what should she be afraid of her? Before her mother was still alive, her grandfather, grandmother, aunt gave her everything first, all pampered her. Now, she was no longer a member of the Chow family. Was she still afraid of her? However, she seemed different from before. If it were before, she would have already replied, "You can stay here, why can't I?" Chow Ai thought of this, and couldn't help but suspiciously look at her from top to bottom. Rua Rua, you also came here to buy a gift for Grandma? Chow Xian collected her emotions and glanced at the manager following beside Du Rua, who was carrying a large package, and felt very uncomfortable. Chow Rua, you don't need to be so arrogant. Chow Ai quickly walked forward, stopping her. Sure enough, just thinking she had changed was an illusion. A mad cow coming to Shangjing was still a cow. Du Rua looked at the little girl in front of her incomprehensibly. Ah. Did she offend this cousin somewhere? Alright, even if her personality became a lot more pleasant towards the previous her, she just felt that she was stupid, still didn't feel how charming the previous her was, or rather, what was wrong with her like this. You still think that you are the eldest young lady that your grandparents love the most in the Chow family? What makes you so impolite to Sister Xian? I don't know, right now everyone in the family really likes Sister Xian. Chow Ai looked at Du Rua with a slightly smug expression. Indeed, Chow Xian was more popular than Chow Rua as a person. Chow Rua had been spoiled by the adults since she was young, and had gotten used to being herself in everything. Her cousins in the family were all perfect, but her sisters didn't like to play with Chow Rua. But Chow Xian was different, she was used to pleasing the people around her. Even though she was favored by her grandparents, she was still gentle and kind to others. Those people felt that Chow Xian was indeed better. Chow Xian couldn't help but stare at Du Rua, wanting to see what kind of expression she would have. She didn't know what to think, trying hard not to let the smile stain her eyes, pulling Aunt Lu to walk past Chow Ai. When passing Chow Ai, using a voice that was neither loud nor soft, just enough for Chow Xian to hear, said, "You and I are not the same." Not the same? Where is it different? Humph, the Chow family in Shangjing is nothing, but, without the Chow family's protection, your mother has already passed away. Do you think you can still be favored by everyone like before? Without their favor, what's different about you and us? Chow Ai thought angrily. Different? Where is it different? It's the same, we both have the same father, even now your mother is gone, it's really different. In the future, I will take away all the favor of your father. Grandfather and grandmother, I want you to lose everything in the Chow family. At that time, wait until you truly realize that you've lost this. Can you still say such words? Chow Xian clenched her palms, secretly swearing in her heart. Rua Rua, this is true, of course you two are different. You are much better than those two. Aunt Lu was worried that Du Rua would be hurt by Chow Ai's words, and tried her best to comfort Du Rua. She laughed happily, "Thank you, Aunt Lu." Du Rua seriously thanked Aunt Lu. It was different, in her previous life she couldn't see through it. Without leaving the Chow family, she also couldn't guarantee, at that time she could leave the Chow family or not live well, but in this life, leaving the Chow family, she would absolutely live happily, and with her little darling by her side, could there be a happier life in this world? Qiao Ai and Qiao Xian both had to rely on the Qiao family, but Du Rua didn't need it. Now the Qiao family was towards her, haha. She could only laugh at this issue. Qiao family? So what? What I said is the truth. Aunt Lu was a little embarrassed by her serious expression, and quickly changed the subject. She also followed Aunt Lu to chat intimately. The two of them talked and laughed along the way, feeling very warm. In the Xingyu Cafe. So that event, is it true? Qin Yan stared at Xiangxing sitting opposite him, seriously asking. I asked my mother whether or not there was an exit procedure. She will know after investigating. Xiangxing sighed, leaning back in her chair. You said, didn't that Qi Shen and Du Rua break up? Otherwise, why would this kind of situation appear now? One person is nowhere to be seen, the other is about to leave. Xiangxing spoke more and more, feeling like she had guessed the truth. What exactly happened, I'm not too clear. But that guy, about 3 months ago, came to find me to drink all night, and after hearing the news, he went on a mission. Qin Yan rubbed his forehead with a headache. We don't know exactly. Xiangxing kicked Qin Yan. I'll ask about that news. When will he return? About a week. We're just praying to God that Du Rua doesn't go abroad this week. Yao Yuyu clasped her hands together. Let's stop talking about this. We've been such good brothers, are you still shy? Xiangxing's body was half burdened on the table, lazily saying. That's right. Qin Yan echoed. Dusk, in the Qiao family mansion, a piece of bustling. Mother Chen, this food can start preparing. At exactly 7 o'clock we will start the banquet. Yi Jingyao went to the kitchen door, washed her hands clean. If not, I will also come to help. Mother Chen quickly wiped her hands on her apron. Aiyu, the first lady does not need. There is a little matter in the kitchen, where do you need to come to help? You still go out. Yi Jingyao heard the word first lady, and smiled gently. It's okay, there's second aunt, eldest sister, and second sister over there. I'll go help in the kitchen for a bit. On the side, a young maid came over. First lady, you're dressed so beautifully today, staying here will dirty your clothes. That's right, how could the old lady not know your filial piety? Mother Chen quickly said. Jingya, what are you watching in the kitchen? Come here quickly, Mom is looking for you. Just then, Qiao Ligua was outside calling for someone. Yi Jingya could only smile and dry her hands, following Qiao Ligua out. As soon as she left, the young girl looked at her beautiful figure with admiration, whispering to the girl beside her, this madam was really gentle, her smile made people feel warm, couldn't help but be infatuated, no wonder the entire Qiao family liked her. Mother Chen didn't care about their whispers, she was just warning them to get to work. Mother Chen lived more than half of her life, just like most women, she didn't like a third party, this matter had nothing to do with money or status. So even though Yi Jingyao was polite to her, Mother Chen still couldn't be happy with her. However, Mother Chen still really liked Qiao Xian, after all the child was innocent, moreover this child was very obedient, had good grades, was filial, and could take care of others, it really didn't matter. However, thinking about Qiao Xian, Mother Chen thought of the 2 times Qiao Xian returned with red eyes, hearing the young lady in this house say, it seemed like she was bullied by Miss Qiao Rua. Sigh, rich people. Where, the previous madam and the second young lady were more beautiful. A quarrel interrupted Chen's mother's thoughts. Chen mother, is it true or not? The question was a new girl. What's the use of being beautiful? I heard that young lady is very arrogant. Another girl said with a bitter voice. What does it matter to you whether she's beautiful or not? Hurry up and do your work. Chen mother was dissatisfied with the progress of these people. These people were all new arrivals, originally Qiao family even had a few servants, there were quite a lot of things today, so she invited these people from outside to help. In fact, Mother Chen didn't know much about Qiao Rua. Qiao Rua was a typical young lady. She had no contact with them at all. She knew that Qiao Rua was indeed very beautiful, but Qiao Rua's personality seemed too ostentatious before. This kind of beauty made other girls not like her. Even though she was over 50 years old, Mother Chen really didn't like Qiao Rua. Wow, a small shout came from outside. What's wrong? What's wrong? Even Mother Tran turned her head to take a look. The person who came is really beautiful. The maid said in a low voice, really?